You know that feeling? You're coming down a line, you see the fence, and suddenly your brain goes into overdrive. Is this right? Too long? Too deep? Sit up? No, wait. Leg? No, wait. Don't push. And before you even get there, you've changed 5 things. Your horse hesitates, the distance disappears, and you're left thinking, what on earth just happened? If that's you, this video is going to hit home. Because today, we're talking about something I see in riders at all levels, all the time. Overthinking every stride. And more importantly, what it's actually doing to your riding and how to start getting out of it. Let's get really honest about this. Overthinking in the saddle doesn't look like thinking more carefully. It looks like second guessing your distance halfway down a line, changing your mind multiple times before a fence, trying to manually control every stride, riding reactively instead of proactively, feeling mentally exhausted after a round. And here's the key thing. It often doesn't feel like overthinking. It feels like you're trying to get it right. It feels like effort, like responsibility, like you're being a good rider. But what's actually happening is you're interfering with something your body already knows how to do. The concept in performance psychology called automaticity. And it's one of the biggest pieces riders don't realize they're losing. Automaticity is your ability to see a stride, feel rhythm, make adjustments, stay in flow, without consciously thinking every step. It's what allows great riders to look effortless, not because they're doing less, but because they're not processing every decision consciously. Now, here's the problem. The moment you start overthinking, you pull yourself out of automaticity and you move into conscious control. And conscious control is slow, clunky, and reactive. So instead of see it, feel it, ride it, you get think, analyze, hesitate, change, panic. And by the time you've made a decision, the moment has already gone. Let's talk about distances, because this is where riders feel it the most. When you're overthinking, you stop committing to a decision early. Instead, you wait too long, keep adjusting, interfere in the last few strides. And your horse feels that instantly, because horses rely on clarity and consistency. So when your brain is going, go, no, wait, hold, no, go, your horse hears, I'm not sure. Something's wrong. And what do? They hesitate. They back off. Or they launch awkwardly. And suddenly you're saying, I just can't see a stride anymore. But that's not actually true. You can see it. You're just not trusting the first answer. This is where we need to get really honest. Overthinking isn't really about thinking. It's about control. It's the brain trying to say, if I just think harder, if I just analyze more, if I just control every step, then I'll be safe. Then I'll get it right. But writing doesn't work like that, because performance comes from a balance of preparation, feel, trust. And when you overthink, you tip too far into control and you lose the other two. You lose feel because you're in your head. You lose trust because you override your instincts. And without those, your writing becomes rigid. Here's something most writers don't realize. Overthinking is often a confidence issue in disguise. Not always obvious fear, but doubt. Doubt in your eye, your timing, your decisions, your ability to fix things. So your brain compensates by trying to think its way to certainty. But it doesn't work, because confidence in writing doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from repetition plus reflection plus trust building. And if you're stuck in overthinking, you're actually blocking that process. What do you actually do about it? Let's make this practical. First, number one, commit earlier. Instead of waiting until the last few strides, make a decision sooner, even if it's not perfect. Because a committed decision is almost always better than a late correction. Number two, trust your first instinct. Your first read is usually your trained response. Your second and third guesses. That's doubt creeping in. 3, simplify your focus. Instead of 10 thoughts, give yourself 1. Rhythm, line, balance. That's it. Number 4. Ride the plan, not the panic. Have a clear intention before you start. Because if you don't, your brain will fill the gap with noise. Number 5. Reflect after, not during. Your round is not the place to analyze everything. That happens afterwards. If you're analyzing mid-round, you're already behind the moment. If this video has hit home for you, if you recognize yourself in this, then this is exactly the kind of thing I help writers with every single day. Because overthinking doesn't just go away on its own. You need a way to rebuild trust in your writing, quiet the mental noise, and get back to writing instinctively again. So, here's what I want you to do next. First, download my confidence tracker. The link is in the description. It's going to help you start recognizing where this is showing up and how to rebuild consistency in your riding. Second, if you're ready to go deeper, you can book a one-to-one session with me, where we'll look at exactly where you're overthinking, what's triggering it, and how to start changing it quickly and, more importantly, effectively. And finally, if you're not already on my email list, make sure you join it, because I share weekly mindset strategies like this that will generally change the way you ride. And just before you go, I want you to take one thing from this video. You don't need to think more to ride better. You need to trust what you already know. Let me know in the comments. Do you overthink your strides? And where do you feel it most?